question everything, but the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, you know, when it comes to child support, man, you know, it's a tricky situation because at the end of the day, you go to a system to get help for family when the system got a history of destroying our families as Aboriginal Negroes of America. You know, from selling our babies when we was POWs, enslavement camps, to Jim Crowing us, redlining us to keep us impoverished in ghetto slums and hoods so that we can't be able to take care of our children, keeping us on the federal census of ethnic hate crimes as #1 in the country to be aided, so that way when we try to self-empower ourselves through employment or business loans or anything, we the last to get them. You know, when it comes to alligator gator bait babies, black babies with alligator gator bait, they used to have that marketed majorly, so you can look up gator, you know, black babies for gator bait, you know. So when you look at a system like this one here, when it comes to dealing with our family, it's been a serious destructive mechanism against our family 100, from welfare to you name it. These things always ostracized and separated our people from one another, male and female, when it comes to being fathers and mothers in a household together. And that's just something most of y'all probably already know and some of y'all don't. But that's the reality to it. So when you look at child support, you know, you can't make a father be a father or a mother be a mother. You just can't. Nobody can. That's just something that no matter what you do, that's coming from the parent, mother or father, on the choice of what they choose to do in this life. Anyone. You just can't make them do what they're not going to do. So with that stated, yes, as a single parent, may it be the mother or the father, you need the help that you need in order to raise a child. That's why we say, from our people and our tribalism, it takes a village to raise a family. It does, you know, and that's just the reality to it. So trying to do it alone, may it be a mother or may it be a father, that's a very difficult task. You know, so to get any help that you can, that's a blessing. But when someone don't have nothing and you lay down with somebody that don't have nothing, and that's just the reality to it, then it's difficult for them to be able to help, even if you put child support on their head. You know, because at the end of the day, if you don't have nothing, what can you do? If you ain't working, what can you do? You know what I mean? Especially being the fact that you are the ones in the target market to be kept under oppression, in the sense of economic oppression, thus looking at our communities, ghetto slums and hoods. So that makes it even more difficult. Not to mention with the state that took part in the historical history of what has happened to us here in America under the United States government. It's like, how do the state attaches itself to it, to child support, and then you have to pay the state back too, when the state is due for owing you for crimes against humanity when it comes to your bloodline and what has happened to you in the form of reparations. The state actually owe you. So how do you as a person have to pay the state for child support when the state owe you for what all they done to your children, in the sense of being enslaved, in the sense of being redlined, in the sense of being Jim Crow, in the sense of race riots that they allowed to go on that wiped out our communities like Black Wall Street and many others? How do the state try to say that you owe them anything as an Aboriginal Negro when we the ones who are owed by the state trillions of dollars from the government itself? So that doesn't make any sense. But these are the trick bags. Not to mention, we expecting the colonizers to figure out how to help us be family. They don't care about us being family. They never did. That's why we was Holocaust, massacred, and genocide, and put in a position that we in still to this day under their system. That's just the real reality to it, you know? And this is something that we got to deal with. Not to mention, we got to deal with the emotional attachment to what it means to be traumatized when it comes to dealing with family, especially in the sense of trying to get back at each other, in the sense of your man cheating, your woman cheating, you know, relationship not working out, trying to go separate ways, and that's not working out. You may want to be a mother to your child, but the person that got the child, the male that got the child, might not want you to see the child and want to get back at you for something that you did in a relationship. Or vice versa. The male may have did something, might have cheated on you and got with somebody else, and now you want to get some clap back at him because you want to get in his pockets and stuff and hit him hard because you feel like you've been hurt and you've been cheated, so now you're going to get his money through child support. See, these are things that we got to put that to the side, because now we're using the child as a weapon. Oh, you can't see your son. Oh, I'm not letting you come over to see the child. Come on, man. All that got to stop. Because ain't nobody benefiting off of it but the colonizers. They benefiting off it. And now we don't allow them to put child support on us that separate us and put us in a position where the state is getting paid off for us, and some of the women ain't even getting the bread. Some of the men that got the children ain't even getting the bread. That's just the reality to it, man. We got to own up. We got to deal with our own nation. Ain't nobody else going to deal with our own nation. Ain't nobody else going to deal with our problems, especially not the colonizer system that's set up to keep us in a position of destruction. Y'all got to be aware of that. Accept your truth, man. Your history states what it is. And ain't nothing changed. Because if it changed, then they'd have gave you a bill passed for protection against hate crimes, knowing that you're #1 on their federal sensitive list. Or they'd have gave you reparations by now for crimes against humanity done to your bloodline that they know they did, and caused to put you in a position of economic depression, economic oppression, economic destruction, resource embargo, thus leaving you in a position where you can't financially be fit to be able to take care of family. This is not by an accident. This is done on purpose. And if you don't hold the real culprits accountable for it, then at the end of the day, all you doing is breeding self-destruction to your own people based off of the Fagans, the puppet masters all around y'all, manipulating and controlling the system to keep you in certain set places so that way you cannot rise up as a people in order to economically take care of your own nation of people. This is just the reality. So yes, child support is needed for those that are not doing what they're supposed to do when it comes to being a parent, in the sense of not helping. But if you don't have it and you can't get in the system and you can't get into a position to where you can make some type of money, then how can you pay something off if you can't make no money? That don't make no sense. How can you come to the house and help out if you don't got nothing yourself to be able to help yourself out? That doesn't make any sense. Well, that's the setup, and that's the game that's being played. And now we're being called lazy and don't want to work. How about they don't want to hire us because we the ones that's the most aided in the country, #1 to be aided in the country? Well, hey, at the end of the day, we all got to work on it, because without working on it together, we ain't going nowhere. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Praise, praise.